Are you a therapist, coach, Reiki healer, and like you're starting to feel intuitive hits, like you're working on your clients and you just like know something or have a vision of something and you're like, where's this coming from? Well, I'm gonna help you with that. I'm Nikki Novo. I'm an intuitive and a spiritual teacher, and I started off just like you. I was actually self-help type life coach, basically. Originally, I was a magazine editor, and then I moved into this work because I was just really being called to it. Had no idea I was intuitive. I was not that kid that like was born with all these intuitive powers. But what happened is when I started working with these clients, all of a sudden I started getting these intuitive hits, and I was like, what is happening? So I feel that you might be there right now, is that if you're in that practice. And some of us, I've seen like Reiki healers be able to like do the process, and then all of a sudden the visions are coming, or just the therapist who just has a knowing that's like, this is happening. It's like, and it's even against your training. I've seen that a lot in the groups. And I want to talk to you today. So why are those intuitive hits happening? Well, you have always been intuitive, and it's just opening up. You're having that awakening, and sometimes certain practices or some certain certifications that we learn initiate us, or certain clients initiate us, and it starts happening. So it's like just you're opening up the floodgates. But I think it is important for you to understand where it's coming from and how you can be more precise. I feel like it's like having a magic wand, but like the magic wand only working sometimes, or working when it wants to work, and us not having too much control over it. So what if you could have this magic wand and actually use it with precision and when you want to? And that's what we're gonna talk about today. So your intuition is basically, there's gonna be a few things that are happening as you are seeing these things in your practice. What's happening is that you're connecting. There's different ways to connect. Basically, like you're going beyond what you're hearing and seeing, right? You're connecting into different energies, and there's different things that you can connect to, and we'll have to figure out what that is with you, but I'll name a few for you so you have an understanding. Number one, we can be connecting to our higher self. So we're actually connecting to that soul part of us that knows a lot more than we do, than being in this human body. And it kind of almost feels like you're going outside of your body and you just know things. You're like hovering around. A lot of my therapists do this. So that's one way to connect. Another way of connecting is that you might be connecting to a guide. And we're just gonna push like a lot of different categories into a guide. I'm gonna refer to guides right now as spirit guides. This can be angels. This can be your spirit guides. This can be the person that you're working with, their spirit guide that you're hearing. This can be a past loved one. This can be an ascended master, which would be like a Jesus or a Buddha, things like that, because we all have this different divine guidance around us. So sometimes we're connecting to the guidance that's with us, or we're hearing the guidance that is with the client. So that could be one thing that you're doing. And the third thing that you might be doing is that you're reading the person's energy, which is probably one of the more likely ones, especially those of us who are sensitive. We are reading people's energy all the time. Unfortunately, a lot of times we're not just reading it, but absorbing it, which is not fun. But you may be reading the person's energy without knowing it, and that's also where you're pulling your information. Definitely in Reiki, we are reading the information. And sometimes when you go into those chakras, visions of what is happening, or the story about that chakra starts to come up. So that we're accessing as well. It's just literally my hands are like turned on right now. So the minute you start doing that, you're receiving the information. So those are the three different ways that you might be connecting. I hope that resonates with you. If you feel like you're ready to make that wand more precise and really dig in, I'd love for you to join Soul Leader. We go over all these things. We learn how to connect to spirit guides. We learn how to read people's energy with precision. We also do energetic healings, which is really great for those of us who are healers. And the answer, and you don't even have to, your client doesn't even need to know you're doing this, like, because sometimes we have practices that are not woo-woo. I have clients that don't want to hear anything about like the intuitive stuff that I do, but I use those tools in order to get them and shift them to where I want to get them, or to grab the information that I need to grab without doing a bunch of sessions with them, right? Because we all want to shift our clients as quickly as possible, and there's all these tools that are available to us, so why not use them? So that's why I ultimately got into this work, started opening up to it, and have been able to really transform my clients faster because of this work. So if you're feeling called to that, we'd love to have you in Soul Leader. We have it in my Instagram profile. You can go to nikkinovo.com. You'll find Soul Leader there. Wherever you're watching this video, just find Soul Leader, join. We're doing some coaching in the month of November. So we are selling it all of October, and we close at the end of October. And then we're doing group coaching for the program in November. So we'd love to have you there, and you can learn more about it. All right, and I will see you soon.